everybody, it's Miss Dewhirst. I hope we're all staying safe and healthy. I'm here to read our third Paddington book, and today we have Paddington the Artist. Now I think I'm going to like this book because when I was in primary school I really wanted to be an artist. So let's see if Paddington is going to be an artist. One Sunday, Paddington was out for a walk with his friend Mr. Gruber when they came across some paintings tied to the railings outside the park. It's known as the Outdoor Exhibition, said Mr. Gruber. They have one here every week when the weather is nice. And look at all those beautiful paintings. Have you ever seen an outdoor exhibition? All the paintings are for sale, said Mr. Gruber. This one is called Sunset in Bombay. I'm glad I don't live in Bombay, said Paddington. It might keep me awake all night. That's a very beautiful picture. Lots of loud colours. I see why it might keep him awake. How about this one then, said Mr. Gruber. It's called Storm at Sea. I think that looks a bit like a storm, don't you? Paddington suddenly wished he hadn't eaten such a big breakfast. I feel sick, he said, and he hurried on to the next picture. Oh dear. This is a picture the artist painted of himself, said Mr. Gruber. It's called a self-portrait. I think it looks very like him. Paddington gave the picture a hard stare. I don't think I'll buy any paintings today, Mr. Gruber, he said. Paddington looked very thoughtful as he made his way back home to number 32 Windsor Gardens. Let's have a look at this self-portrait. Do you think it looks like a person? It's got some very interesting shapes. When he got there, Paddington collected all his paints and brushes from his room and went out into the garden. I wonder what he's going to do in the garden. The next Sunday, when he and Mr. Gruber had finished their walk, Paddington led the way back towards Windsor Gardens. I'm having an outdoor exhibition of my own this week, Mr. Gruber, he said. This is meant to be Sunset in Windsor Gardens. Only it took me quite a long time, and it got dark before I could finish it. And you can see there, got some very dark colours. It's more like a night sky than a sunset. And this picture is of a rainstorm, only it got very wet with all the paint on it. Yes, definitely very wet picture there. This is my best one, said Paddington. It's a picture of me. I've put my special paw mark on it to show that I painted it myself. Mr. Gruber gazed at Paddington's portrait for a long time. It's very good, Mr. Brown, he said, at last, not wishing to upset his friend. But I think you look even better in real life. I kept going upstairs to look at myself in the mirror, said Paddington. But by the time I got downstairs again, I had forgotten what I looked like. Do you think this looks like Paddington? It does look a bit funny, doesn't it? Painting isn't as easy as it looks, Paddington added sadly. Especially with paws. I think I might give up. I hope you don't do that, Mr. Brown, Mr. Gruber said thoughtfully. After Mr. Gruber said goodbye, Paddington sat down beside his paintings, hoping that somebody would stop and buy one. I wonder if somebody will buy one. What do you think? But it was a warm day and no one came past. In the end, Paddington fell asleep. Oh dear, nobody can buy his paintings if he's asleep. When he woke up, Paddington found to his surprise that all the pictures had gone. But tucked inside his duffel coat he found an envelope with a name on. Mr. Paddington Brown, 32 Windsor Gardens. And inside the envelope there was some money and a note saying thank you. Maybe somebody did buy his paintings after all. If Mr. and Mrs. Brown recognised Mr. Gruber's writing, they didn't say anything. They hadn't had such a peaceful time for ages. And best of all, Paddington carried on painting, so everyone was happy. So who do you think bought the pictures? I think it might have been Mr. Gruber. I think I may paint a family portrait now, said Paddington. That is, if I have enough paint left for all the smiles. And look, they're all posing for their picture. I wonder how it'll turn out. Let's see. Oh, there it is. What a beautiful family portrait. Have you ever done any painting of yourself or other people? I'd love to know about it. And that's the end of our story today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all continue to stay happy and healthy. Goodbye!